Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I want to show you my university t-shirt. It's um not really. I don't wear it out much. I'm doing laundry, so I don't care what I wear right now, but I just thought I'd show you. It's kind of cool. You know, if I were in that mood, if I had to go somewhere and I felt like that, oh yeah, it'd be a it's like Doug, he's my estranged husband that we kind of went into our relationship. It's not just like a business deal. We're friends. We started as friends um, before we even started going out. So, yeah, long story. But we're not separate. We never intend to be. But we're closer than most people, but he is, I'm going to just put it as bluntly as I can, dark cabal, um, anti-human, whatever. I can't, if you've watched some of my videos, you know where I'm coming from. But I respect people. I respect them on the level they respect me. So it's all good either way. But anyway, let's see. Uh, oh, yeah, yeah. I had a song stuck in my head this morning, so I did play that, and I love it. It's I'll Take You There. Staple Singers. Some of you that have been here, I play that. And last week I was playing It's a Family Affair. It's a family affair. You know, I love that part. One child grows up to be somebody that wants to learn, and other child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. And then he goes, my love's the both of them. You can see it in um the blood, it's thicker than mud or something. I think that's how it goes. But anyway, now I have that stuck in my head. I did last week too when I was playing it, but yeah. I'm watching a new channel that I found, P Funk, and it's his sister's birthday today. So he's like, it's a family affair in his mind for his sister today. So now it's stuck in my brain too. Thank you, dude. No, I'm just kidding. One of the best songs, one of the best eras for music for me was like um Soul Train era, all that like dance music for real when everybody else was like, well, I like the Beatles and the Beach Boys, but they weren't nothing close to like, even some English bands, I guess, were good, like Holly's Long Cool Woman and stuff like that, English type. But it was like big time dance music. Loved it, loved it. So I mean, yeah, and there is now, but I still say like, and then into the 70s we were rocking, it's like just, and you've heard it before, they just don't make music like they used to. In a sense, that's kind of really so true. I mean, I know people's lyrics can be really awesome and their music and everything, but what was written with the inspiration of what I would call a more innocent world, because we weren't as aware as people individually and connected of what's going on in our world, because it had been hidden in some mist from before the dark ages, going into them, and now after. And that's why I say and I stress it's so important. P Funk was talking like some people don't like history. History is where it's at. History, language, migration, who said what, who took something and made it something, and see how other cultures do things. And when you find out that there's myths that were in ancient Indo-European tales that came north and then even migrated across the land bridge into America, stories that are like 13,000 years old. And to get to realize, yeah, the connection in the human family and these myths that people have and different teaching tools and belief systems, and the whole thing's radical. It's beautiful, you know, and it is orchestrated. It's not just nefariously so, but for the benefit of people in a lot of ways too. And when I see that in a human being, it's like you have my biggest respect. I love people for that, you know. If that's really your ulterior motive in life, especially like if some of us have had some pretty rough lives, uh, and you can come out of that and help other people, that's like superhero stuff, you know, for real. So, anyway, yeah. So on like esoteric type and not even, I wouldn't say so much even spiritual, but a God loving human being, P Funk's rocking it out with his Egyptian knowledge and see, I'm touching on all audiences. I have people that are Christians, Muslims, I have Jewish family members, I'm part Native American. I have family members that are we're mixed. We're so mixed. We're like a really colorful family, and so are my friends. And here on YouTube and Facebook, by the way, anybody's welcome to come over to my Facebook, say hi, um, you know, friend me. I'll answer your requests. I have people over there that I've been friends with for a very long time from Egypt. My friend Yasmin and her husband Muhammad asked me to come to their wedding a few years back. Of course, I couldn't do it. Well, it wasn't a course. If I could have, that would have been radically cool. But, you know, and she's an English teacher over there. So, me coming up with some of she was so interested, just fascinated with my American slang and the stuff I put through. I know she gets a super either shocked or gets a kick out of it. Kind of in between is her personality with me. But yeah, we have love and respect for each other. A lot of my friends, I don't care who's from where or doing what. And if people are good people, I got your back. Not with knives in it either, to protect it from the other people with theirs, you know. That's my personality. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to come over and check things out, you know. So, my little sister is over there. Her name's Ebony Wright. Um, Married to a guy named Ware, like werewolf or beware. Or no, I don't think he'll see this. So, yeah, too bad if you do. So, anyway, if my sister's watching, hope that made you laugh. So, I have let's see, two little sisters and an older one from my mom, and two older sisters and two older brothers from my dad. And I was adopted with an adopted brother that I felt like I felt like they they told me I was full-blooded German, and then I found out like I'm related to everybody in the whole world. You know, I can track my roots back in so many crazy ways. It some of you have heard me rattle things off what I am, and then I have to go back and add things. It's like, because I didn't know for 34 years, I didn't know any of my blood at all. So all I had was these freaking weirdos that adopted me. And yeah, I loved them. I love them. You know, my mother that is remaining. Um, Mother's blood and adopted. But yeah, I love them. I just can't stand them and I don't want to be around them. But besides that, I have a modicum of human respect in that area, for the birth and the attempt, you know, from both of them, one each. So anyway, it wouldn't have mattered who raised me. Um, I would never tolerate the world like weaker people around me, and it just causes a barrier at times, if you know what I'm saying. That's just the way it is. Anyway, so I'm having a pretty good day, by the way. I hope you are too. I shared in my community a super cool um historian of facts and myths, or myths that are facts, no, and chronology and mythology and history mixed. The channel is Krakenford is what he's called. I shared a origin of the Lord of the Dead, and it really, um it goes into the Indo-European uh beliefs, but it'll incorporate like Celtic or Christian or whatever, you know, uh, India, like I'm what's saying. But anyway, like I say, I like it when a channel is more diverse, like they're bringing more in, making connections in different ways. And this Krakenford uses a tool that I suppose it could be manipulated and jacked around where they could throw off the chronology of something that happened. But that's where, like, a channel like Jason from Archaics, the channel is Archaics here on YouTube, and he's got a website too. But this guy has written 17 books. I think like 6 or 7 of them are published. He's got various YouTube videos of his books and different things, and he puts timelines and people in different in history all together. I mean, this guy's a genius. He spent 26 or 7 years incarcerated, but he did not waste his time, and it's so apparent. I don't really listen to a lot of people to take stock in what they're saying or their beliefs, but sometimes you just hit across a gem and you're like, well, there's a like-minded individual, you know, or somebody that's maybe old enough to really have gathered a lot of information in different ways. So, and you can just tell. And yeah, some people that have done the university thing um, took it beyond that and don't just cite what mainstream academia wants them to say. They kind of um, dig deeper for the truth in any situation where they're studying. They're just like, well, this is what we're studying in this university or whatever. And somebody could think, yeah, but look at the connection here with this and these people that came out of that, and like their religion or their structure of their society, things that had either changed or remained the same type of thing. making those connections is really cool. I love it. So, which reminds me, tonight I have another Greek lesson. Um, yeah, I can learn things, but ancient Greek's a trip, and I've been loving it. I know I'll get there someday, but like I tried to tell people, I'm taking my time because I have so many things going on. So and I have done comparison reading, and of course I had the white papers from the Blue Lodge of the Masons taught by Jesuits. So I'm, you know, uh, Grand Master Mason 3 times over with Shriner's Rites was my dad and a Jesuit. So I kind of know the esoteric and Gnostic and all the world religions and all the things that are being shuffled around out here and piecemealed out to people so these jokers can make their money. But what's their intent behind it is where I'm looking the spirit of the person. That's a really big deal to me. I won't promote greed and self-centeredness. Like, I'm still trying to think of who said that. Uh, saying, oh, geez, and here I go, can't think of it again. Um, like the colors of your soul, you can see the dye of the color of your soul. It's like when you do something, it's a tattoo on your um, soul that can be read, by looking in. And people sure hate it when I look in there, usually. you know, I'm an open book. Even if I'm acting stupid, it's my open book for everybody. It's something I detest in people is that little snotty, you don't know what I'm thinking type of attitude. Yeah, I do. Um, Whatever. I almost used some fall language there. Yeah, I do. And so do you. I'm not hiding anything like that. I can't. If I could, I'd really rather die. If people can be deceivers in any way, even if it's the least little bit for self-centered reasons, like for any reason, if you can be an unjust liar towards other human beings, you really shouldn't even suck any air. That's my thinking. So maybe that's why I can afford to smoke. Maybe, who knows, right? And besides that, healing ourselves from the inside out and recognizing where that power comes from inside ourselves is really a pretty big deal. It is. And speaking from so many injuries, I can tell you, it's a real thing. You know, if you're a self-motivated person, that's all cool, but I still know a lot of what I've gone through in a strong way, I wasn't doing it alone. Because when I asked for that guidance and that help, it, or even friends, they appear. So that's that's gifts I've asked for, things that, um, and maybe those people are asking in the same way, like, give me something substantial, give me something like real when you're surrounded by a lot of chaos and nonsense in your life. Yet that's we can cherish those good times like that. The quiet, not even just quiet, just the good chill back type of life that people actually require. Some people can't live without chaos and drama. They thrive on it, and I've been around too much of that. It's like, but I don't mind somebody's like fire and you're getting spunky, especially like your expression. your love of God and our reverence for Him, you're doing something like that, I am all with you on that. Um, when I see something getting crossed, I, um, uh, yeah, whatever. I don't think I don't want to grow out of it. If I get that pissed, I'm gonna lay it out, and I don't care who's in the way. If they deserve it, um, they'll get both barrels. It's the way I am. I'm not pacifying some little lily white pretense of their connection to the Creator and pretending that say like it. Okay, yeah, forgiveness is great, but does that mean that you can't be angry at the same time? What people are like multifaceted. You're not just one something, you know. So, anyway, so to find people that I consider my contemporaries, and I do feel I'm not looking down on anybody, but I am up there in my psyche for myself. So, and so finding people that have that going on, that's a good thing, you know. Like going into battle, I'd rather walk beside you than behind you, and I sure don't want nobody behind me, you know. We'll just go into battle together. That sounds about right, you know. So yeah, there's a spiritual war, but there's a lot of people, the spiritual war is more within themselves and they project it onto other people because they don't know where to go with it or what to do with it. And um, uh, inspiring people to open their third eye and with the connection of the Almighty is imperative to me. And with that connection for people, and you can reach more people in the world. Um, Making that connection in those areas, that's a pretty big deal. And I see now I actually have people I'm related to that are on the satanic side of things, and the Greek lessons are on the satanic side of things. Not that the scriptures aren't being shared, because they are in their original form, as close to ancient as you can get. And I've even read Sanskrit. So, um, Skrit, rather. I always put the P in there. I know it's not there. But anyway, and there's another, it's a hidden angelic alphabet. And there's an actual language that is my language that has been around for quite some time, the Orphic box. There's different boxes, and there's only one. There's a way I speak. If you're connected in that area, you're gonna get me. You're gonna hear my words coming out. If people hear that and you think it's just happenstance and you overlook that, um, I'm not even sorry for you. Uh, that's the bottom line there. So anyway, um, and to the person that teaches that language, just remember this. Yeah, I'm learning languages, and I've studied several for years and spoke fluent Spanish for 2 years and lived down south for 3. Moved up to Wyoming into a Spanish speaking neighborhood. So I've been around, and then my kids took Spanish. So, and even with the Latin, the Hebrew, the Greek, and the different things that I had to get to the bottom of things to know what I do know actually. Um, my point being is I didn't I don't just study. I actually made my own language. So, I mean, I can admire somebody teaching a language, but try and teach somebody a language that you invented yourself and you can speak fluently and it's intelligible and you can teach it to other people. I have one called Gitigi that I've put examples on here. What I did was a joke. I made a language like the Hebrews did. I added vowels. I'll speak a little. I'll say I added vowels at a guy, at a gad, at a gid, but a gowls. Isn't that wild? So yeah, go ahead and teach a language, but yes, okay, genius. Thank you. Ta-da. So anyway, because somebody insulted me, and that's why I just did that there. So, and I may not be the smartest cookie on the planet, but I know I'm pretty bright. And I also know there's other people that are way bright that I know that they have had things done to them, even some self-inflicted, but others where they were led into harming themselves in different ways. And I see you, I know you. Um, we heal from the inside out, and that's where the love and the respect for God comes in when we get put in them situations. Like I had a stroke and I couldn't even talk or walk. I mean, I got smashed by a horse. I had two sets of broken bones. One I cut dug out of a tree on my shoulder. He's like, was at the time like 300 and some pounds. He'll say less, but I'm telling you the facts. I ran across the road and he had the chainsaw going. I got underneath him. I was okay. I had him on there, but in order for him to get the chainsaw safely on the ground that was still running, because it doesn't have a kill switch. Not that one. We've got one that does now. But anyway, I hoisted him up on my shoulder, and when he come back down, I broke my shoulder and sprained it here and here. It was just like wicked. And right before that, I had broke my own toes. I was in a hurry at the end of the day. I turned around. I had put an old computer I was going to throw out in the hallway, and I had turned around. I was doing dishes and walking back and forth and things. I turned around really quick and smashed my toes into this like tower for a computer, and actually broke a couple of my little toe and the next one, and had to have. And the third one was messed up too. That's a long story. Somebody injured me, but anyway, so I had to have these toes taped together for about 6 months. No, and you really, it's hard to walk. It's hard to do things when your arm's all boogered up too. So then I had an operation on my sinus. My tooth that got hit was broke. These three I had to have. Had gold crown and they were okay and everything, but I was allergic to the gold and they got infected. And then I had all these allergies. I had to go to the Mayo Clinic. I mean, for a while there, I was almost like in pieces. And God has helped me out of all that. That's why I'm telling you that. And there was more. But wait, there was more. There actually is too. But that's probably about enough just to show you that we're really not alone. Not as alone as a lot of people might feel in this world. Even if you're surrounded by people, you can feel a bit lonely sometimes um, with your drive in certain areas, you know, for everybody. So I get that. So, well, I do appreciate you joining me, my new friends here. It'll be a pleasure getting to know you and want you to have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.